Dennis, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. Our meeting is scheduled to start by 12, so I want to crave your indulgence to let's let people come in. And once it's 12, we kick off. Thank you very much.
All right. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Welcome, 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 welcome. Hi, welcome to. I'm seeing Nima. Nima is saying hi with thumbs up on the screen. I'm seeing Dora, you're smiling. I'm seeing Favor and Janet. And as we wait for more people to come in, I just want to tell everyone welcome to our sensitization session, which is Break into Tech with Confidence. And, discover your next move with DiscovHer, right? My name is Anita. I know that most of us here know me. If you know me, please put an emoji on your screen. But I will be your host for today. I'm so excited, to see everyone here from my data camp community, from Wentor's core community themselves. Welcome, and I know more people are joining. So I work with Wentors, and what we do mostly is to help women break into the tech sector flawlessly. We help women break into the tech sector with clarity, with skills, and with a supportive community. And today we have an engaging session lined up for you. But before we dive in, right, let's have some housekeeping rules. So number one is, please everyone try to keep your mics as muted as possible during the session. And if you have any questions, put them in the chat box and we'll get to you as soon as possible. And, um, This session will be recorded, but I don't know if it will get to you. That will be discussed. But yes, this session is recorded, and use the chat to drop all the questions that you have anytime. Now, again, if you know me from my data camp community, there's something I like doing, and if you're happy to be here, drop emojis on your screen. My data campers, can I see your emojis on the screen? Thank you, Stephanie. Can I see your emojis on the screen, please? Thank you, thank you. So now let's get warmed up. Let's do something real quick. Ibukun, thank you, but please can you mute? But everybody, please drop your name in the chat section and where you're from. And in one word, tell us what excites you about tech. Dora, let's start from you. Please drop your name on the chat box and please let us know where you're joining from and in one word, what excites you most about getting into the tech sector. So I would like to see that. I'm sorry, call is trying to disrupt my beautiful session with you. I'm very, very sorry about that. But Dora, you said innovation. That's nice. That's nice. That's great. Who else? Please, can we drop our one word that innovates you? That sorry, one word that you're passionate about in tech, or one word that excites you about getting into tech. Your name, where you're from. Hi, Nima. Nima says, hi, I'm from Birmingham, UK, and I'm excited by the rise of AI and the possibilities that comes with it. That's great, Nima. Thank you so much. Next, anyone from Janet, Sheila, Agatha. I'm seeing my data campus. Janet from Kenya said, I love IoT, Internet of Things. That's great, Janet. Who else? We have Sheila. Sheila from Uganda says tech has opportunities in all sectors, and that is correct. That is correct. So before we go into things, I would like to or set the stage with a few facts, which is in 2024, World Economics Forum cited that there are only 28% of women in tech globally. That's in the whole wide world, we only have 28% women in the tech sector or in the tech ecosystem. And, in leadership roles, we have less than 20%. So when we say we even have women in these tech sectors, they are more of admin roles or, just basic roles. They are not in leadership roles. Less than 20% of women by the World Economic Forum. That was cited in 2024. Now, let's break that down to Nigeria, or let's say Africa. In sub-Saharan Africa, women hold less than 30% of technology jobs. And this was cited by the International Finance Corporation in 2023. So in Africa, where I'm from, Nigeria, and I know Sheila is from Uganda, less than 30% of women hold technology roles. And in my country, Nigeria, women account for only 22% of tech and engineering graduates, and even a smaller fraction of this 22%, actually transition into tech roles. And last but not the least of these facts is many women leave tech within the first 5 years of siting because they say, oh, we don't have mentorship, we don't have a clear career pathway, and there is workplace bias. So in less than 5 years, in this 20% of women, they actually leave their roles. And for beginners, the main barrier is not lack of interest. It is the lack of access, lack of confidence. I know most of us have heard about imposter syndrome, and it is the lack of guidance on where to start. But, these numbers are more than statistics. They represent missed opportunities, untapped potential, and innovations and that has never happened. Half of the population has been left out when it comes to talking about the tech ecosystem. But here at Ventus, we are passionate about helping women onboard and solidify their spots in the tech system. And through the power of mentorship and providing the right opportunities, we have helped a few women set their skills. So I would say, what is Wentors? Wentors, in a few words, is a global community that provides spaces for mentorship for women in the tech platform, in the tech system. And we started off in 2020. And in 2020 till now, we've built a community of over 5,000 women. And these 5,000 women are from the United Kingdom, like Nima. They are from the United States, like Gloria. They are from Spain, Ghana, Kenya, and Nigeria. And we've mentored over 3,000 of these women. And when we talk about mentor, we don't talk about just providing mentorship. We talk about also providing opportunities for these women. We love to connect, we love to empower women, and we love to mentor women as they navigate their spot from, not being in tech to being in tech, as they transition and as they want to learn and solidify their spot in the tech ecosystem. Remember, I said that in less than 5 years, women that transition, they leave their spot, they leave the place, they leave the tech ecosystem. So we help in solidifying their spot in the tech ecosystem. So whether you're looking to start from scratch or you're looking to grow in your career, over the years, we've worked with thousands of women across different countries, helping them gain skills, access mentorship, and find opportunities that help them solidify their spot in the tech ecosystem. Now, our flagship programs that are going up, Discover Her and Launch Her, was created because we saw a big gap of women that wanted to get into tech, but they didn't really know how to start. They were overwhelmed by options or unsure of which skills to start from, or didn't have the right mentorship or guidance to go through. So with Discover Her, we built a clear pathway for training, mentorship, and a supportive community, and access that helps access real-world opportunities. So thank you as we talk about how we help you move from curious to confident in your spot in the tech ecosystem. Now, over to you, Dora. What do we have next?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Welcome, ladies. I'm really excited because the sensitization webinar is mostly designed to give you a full-blown understanding of what we're doing with Discover Her, right? And part of what I wanted to share with you today is our commitment to solving this via some of the testimonials that we've received, as well as also sharing with you some deep information with Discover Her. Now, there has been so much flyers out there, so much campaigns out there about We Discover Her or Discover Her. And I just would love to sort of go deeper today. That's majorly what we're trying to do, to go deeper. But majorly also to have you ask questions. So if you do have questions, now is a great time to start, putting that in one place, and then we can, pretty much go over those questions when it's time. Now, moving on, I have my first testimonial, and this is by Mazidat. Now, Mazidat had shared this with us, and it was majorly because she was part of the Data Camp program. And she being part of the Data Camp program, I believe she had completed, and she said, Data Camp and Wentors gave me the tools to balance medical school with a tech career. The program built my discipline, and the assignments gave me the confidence to join conversations about data analysis with a major upgrade to my CV and a newfound passion for tech. I'm excited for what's next. I really like this because Mazidat is someone who is sort of transitioning, trying to figure out where, her foot lies. And just, jumping into this program alongside our partners at Data Camp shows exactly what she was able to get, the outcomes and the goals of the program. So I'm really excited for Mazida. And if you do fall into this category, we're going to address it a lot more later in today's presentation. The other is from Janet Mshila, and I believe she's from Kenya. And she says, transitioning back to the workforce and into the world of data science felt overwhelming at first, I can imagine. She said the tools, languages, and concept seemed disconnected, but thanks to the clear roadmap from Data Camp and Wentus. Again, recall that Data Camp is our partner in enabling women who are trying to transition into data science. And a lot of our women who are in this group or in this meeting actually are part of the Data Camp women. And she moves on to say, my learning journey from being a huge relief, has been a huge relief, my apologies. The program has not only helped me understand core concepts, but has also built my resilience and confidence, especially when troubleshooting. The supportive community of women and allies made me realize I wasn't alone in my challenges. And being able to access learning materials has been a huge confidence booster as I prepare for my work life transition. Again, this is someone who is transitioning into technology. And as part of what we're trying to give you with the Discover Her is making you understand that you're not alone, because she did mention the community, and that as not just as much as we're saying you're not alone, we're also going to give you the jump start with resources, with materials that can help you, enable to seamlessly transition into any field, right? And so these are some of the key information I wanted to share with you all today in regards to some of the testimonials. All right. Now, I believe I'm jumping. Okay. So I'm going to give you a few information just so you're on Disco and you're pretty much trying to figure out, is this for me? Is this the right place? Would I be able to start on? Is Discover Her really something I should even delve into? Now, these are some of the responses I wanted to give to you today. First is, are you a fresh graduate or are you a fresh starter? And what this means is if you have never worked in any formal setting, but you are heavily curious and ambitious about being in tech. Maybe you have been self-taught all this time, or you have just been newly exposed into tech, then this is for you. Discover Her is honestly the start point for you. The other question will be, are you an undergraduate audience? Well, yes, this is for you. And how this is obviously you are still in school, you're still unsure about where you fit in, then definitely this is something that you should delve into. It also applies to a postgraduate. And in terms of a postgraduate, that's someone who just graduated from school. You're honestly unsure how to launch your career, a real tech career, actually, because that's what we're providing, a real tech career, then this is for you. Are you a career switcher? Someone who has previously been working outside technology. Again, you're trying to transition into technology, or you're considering into pivoting into technology, then this Discover Her program is for you. Are you a career returner? And that would majorly mean someone who had break into tech, who had a break into tech, and it's sort of or you had a break at some point, but you want to return back, you want to sort of resume into the tech world, then this is something for you because it gives you that clarity on what is in vogue and how you can jumpstart again and just infuse yourself seamlessly. And then it would be, have you never worked before? Majorly someone who's seeking, for the first job opportunity and skills to make them employable, then this is for you. There's some of the courses that you will take, and it would sort of give you a beginner level experience, entry into that field, give you the much needed information that you need moving forward before you then go on for the big things, which is, a mid-management role or a mid-management certification, if that's what you're looking on to get, right? And then lastly on the list is undergrads and graduates with tech education. Now, yes, you have graduated from school or you're still in school. you're studying computer science or anything in that field, then this is something that you should be seeking because it would give you practical experience and career direction. So if you're here on this call and you're sort of unsure, is this for me? Is this not for me? This is the persona that you should be looking for. This is who we're speaking to. This is the audience that we're speaking to as regards the Discover Her program. Now, moving on, I wanted to share with you, what exactly the Discover Her has. Again, please share your questions. I will be so excited if I'm able to see those questions so I could give you a full-blown understanding, of what you should get or what you should be getting out of the program. Now, you'd see that I'm sharing my screen, and here it says, before I move on, is anybody able to see my screen? It should say Discover Her. Okay, great. All right. So now here is on the website. If you were to go to our website, you would see www.wentos.com. Under the programs button, you would see the Discover Her, which is the first one. Now we have multiple programs, but the one we're starting with is the Discover Her. And so just to give you a lot more information, Discover Her, again, is aimed to transform every beginner into a confident tech professional. It has personalized mentorship. It has hands-on guidance that would enable you seamlessly, transition into technology or to gain more grounds in technology. Now, it's a 4 to 6 weeks intensive program, mentorship cohort that is structured weekly with weekly activities. It also has, it's a virtual experience, but it also has live instructor-led sessions for some of the program features that you will, get access to. Now, moving on, I'll start out with some of the features that I had mentioned earlier on. And then the first one is the mentorship circles. Now, the mentorship circles are bi-weekly interactive sessions that you'll be having with tech professionals in different fields. We have sorted out some of the best women that could enable you from the first session to the second session on, some of the things that you should have. And when we say that, we're also saying for those of you who have never been in a mentorship program before, what we do that is very unique to us at Wentos is we always design what we call conversational themes to help you kickstart your conversation with your mentor. And now this would be group sessions, and it's majorly gonna revolve around real world insights in that field, career guidance, and also inspire you, to help you find the right footing. The other is career match assessment, which majorly is an assessment tool that we would share with you. And it's majorly to sort of assess where you should be in technology, right? To sort of have a role in tech. And this is what the career match assessment will do. It identifies your strengths, your weakness, and then says, hey, I think you should be a product manager. I think you should be into data science. This is what the tool will do. The other is the skills training. Now, the skills training, if I go down, we have designed 5 courses where you would have the opportunity to pick one. UI UX design, front-end web development, Python programming, data analytics, product management. You have the opportunity to pick one. Now, this course will run for between 4 to 6 weeks, where you would also, like I mentioned, have the live instructors within your classes, right? And it's also self-paced as well. Now, the resume template, we designed the resume template that would be customized to you, where you're able to sort of figure out how do I design my resume to fit into what the industry requires as an undergraduate, as a graduate, right? Or as someone who is transitioning or as someone who is returning. This is one of the tool or the template or how the template would enable you. The other is the internship support. Now, for the internship support, what we did was design a robust directory that helps you to sort of, begin applying for jobs in the EMA region, right? And so if you're a fast entrance, we sort of sorted out jobs in this area and said, okay, so if it's, for example, in Africa, these are the jobs, these are the companies, and then you can go ahead and apply to those companies. The other is the internal recommendations, where you will get recommendations from the team here at Wentas when you're done with the program. The other is the networking and community. Again, we would always have women, want to join us in our community. Our goal really is to build a community, a robust community of women in technology, where you're getting 360 experience, not 180, but 360 experience all through, with resources, with materials, and we're growing. I will tell you for a fact that we're growing, and we're always looking for ways to tweak our community to make sure that we're giving them value, for just being there. The last but not the least is the recognition, where when you're done, you will get a certificate from our partners at Fund Hall for the course that you have received in partnership with us. And then you would also receive a digital e-badge that can be shared within your LinkedIn network, just to certify that you have completed the course, and also to have you recognized within that network, right? The when it has to do with LinkedIn. So these are the information I wanted to share with you. I'm expecting that I have a lot of questions. I'm not seeing anything, but notwithstanding, okay, I'm seeing something here. Someone says one question. Thank you, Gloria. You're always active and I love it. Thank you so much, Gloria. So I'm just going to go to the next slide while I also give Gloria responses to her question, because like I said, we're in the question time. Give me a moment, please. Okay. All right. So Gloria says, one question I had is the difference between DiscovHer and LaunchHer. I ended up signing up for LaunchHer since I know the career path in tech and I want to pursue, and I'm pursuing a certificate on data camp. However, I'm still a bit unsure as to which program will be most helpful at this point in my transition. Well, Gloria, you did share a fantastic question and I love it. Notwithstanding the difference, and I'll probably share that with you because I don't want to give too much information about LaunchHer just yet. We want to really focus on DiscovHer. So what I will do is I will have Anita get on a one-to-one call with you much later, and then she would sort of dissect what LaunchHer can offer you, because I do believe that you fall into the LaunchHer, regardless of DiscovHer or LaunchHer, you will get benefit for or value for your money, notwithstanding, right? So Anita will jump on a call with you at any time that you are available, and then we can sort of dissect that for you so you have a full-blown understanding of what you get from LaunchHer and how it differs from DiscovHer. Thank you so much, Gloria. I see a question from Sheila. Sheila says, after doing the DataCamp program, are the opportunities to connections to the job sector? I'm trying to figure out if I understand this. Are the opportunities to the... Sheila, is it possible that you can rephrase that? I'm just having a bit difficulty in responding to that.
I think she's asking, after doing the data camp program, are there opportunities to connections to the job sector? I think she's asking if we are to provide opportunities to job sector after data camp. Sheila, is that what you're asking? Please confirm.
Yeah. Okay.
Did she say yes?
So Sheila, no, not yet. So we're still waiting for her to send that in while more questions are tripping in. But just to, Sheila, while you're doing that, I'm just gonna, everyone, if you're able to see my screen, you would see a bunch of questions here. First is on mentorship and coaching. Now, like I mentioned, the mentorships angle of this requires, our mentors in the field of UI UX to get paired with you for those 4 weeks, right? So recall it's a bi-weekly mentorship, but she gets paired with you because she's into that field. And like I mentioned, it's for inspiration, for deep revelation into what it is, how to kickstart yourself in that, in that role. And also for a long-term relationship. We always advocate for a long-term relationship with, our mentors. And that's the thing. We don't want you to have a one-off conversation or one-off, relationship. It has to be something that would last longer than you expected. And going back to Sheila's question, said yes. To clarify, are there organizations you collaborate with that can provide job opportunities or internships? I'll tell you something that we're working on, Sheila, and thanks for asking that question. At the moment, no, we don't have organizations that we're doing that with, but I promise you, there's something that we're cooking up, and it has to do with internship with Wenters. That's something I was never supposed to share, but I honestly, we have had this call, for internship opportunities, and in 2022. 2023, we had to partner with some organizations, one of which was Flatmax, who was able to have our women go through an 8 weeks internship program. But we never went back to them again, and not because it wasn't a good program, but because we were trying to figure out how can we do this for the long term. Is it possible that we can extend our internship opportunities for our women? So Sheila, and to everyone on this call, well, you heard it firsthand from me as the lead program coordinator for Wenters. Yes, there's something that we're working on in-house, and latest next year, I would say first or second quarter of next year, something should be out as regards internship opportunities. So thanks for asking, Sheila. And Favor says, is the class program virtual? Yes, Favor is virtual, easy breezy, log into your calls, your live sessions. I don't know if they will be recorded. I don't think they will be. However, it's definitely virtual. The entire program itself has been designed to be virtual. I would say at this point, 5 years since Wenters has started, when it has to do with a virtual program, we have sort of perfected it. Alexandra says, is there help on the job search for remote roles? Yes, so this is where the internship directory comes in. So you will have access to that directory so that you're able to sort of figure out where these jobs are and then begin applying for it. So you will have access to that when you sign up for the program, just so you're able to start, accessing all of those, the jobs. I'm seeing a message here. Give me a second. I don't know if this is for me. 1 second, ladies. Okay. All right. Okay, I think that answers pretty much all of the questions. Now I have, so I did share with you the courses, as well as, okay, I think I have one question.
Nima brought a question. She said, I'm a career switcher who started my tech career with freelancing job. Is there any path to learn how to freelance the right way as I'm still struggling? Thank you, Dorothy.
Okay. Learn how to freelance the right way as I'm still struggling. In regards to freelancing, so because so the way I see this, we're not into, we pretty much don't have the resources or materials that can help you with that, Nima. And I totally understand why you're struggling.
I think our session next week is going to help her. Our session next week with the industry expert that's coming on board, the AMA session. I think this is the great question that will go for that session. So, Nima,
so yeah,
next week, I'll be dropping, I've already told us and the community about this. So I'll be dropping the link soon, the calendar invite. Please come in next week. We have an industry expert that is coming on board that will be perfect to answer this question.
Okay. Thank you so much. All right. So I do have another question from Helen. She says, do we sign up for this program after data camp or during data camp? To be honest with you, this program begins in September 11th, and it's for 4 to 6 weeks, right? And in a way, again, it all depends on how you're able to sort of manage yourself. but we have designed it in such a way that it doesn't overwhelm you regardless, right? So I do believe that, yes, you can go ahead and sign up for this program as well as taking up the data camp. Now, I know that the data camp is sort of a self-paced program, so it doesn't really, clump up on your time as much. But this one is going to be a 4 to 6 weeks program, and so again, I would say because it's starting in September 11th, please go ahead and sign up. It's essential that you do, before the sign up period, elapses. I hope that answers your question, Helen. Thank you so much for asking. All right. If there are any more questions, I would be so excited to take that up. And while I ask Anita to get our recording available, you're welcome, Helen. Thank you. All right, Anita, let me know when you're ready to put up that recording. I want to show you all a recording, but I do have another question for Favor. She says, what does this program provide to young girls? Because I'm a teenage girl and I'm curious because it opens door to all opportunities, most especially in Nigeria. I love that you asked that. Now, you may say, if you started with us, you would see where I mentioned that this program is for a particular set of women. Because it's beginner friendly, I do see this as something that would favor you, Favor, if I could say that. Why is because it breaks it down into bits for you and makes sure you're able to understand. Now, you sort of fall into the category of an undergrad. It's possible that you haven't even started university, but as long as you're able to sort of understand a few things, you have a laptop, you're accessible and you stay accountable, then this is something that you can definitely, go into. It gives you a head start while seeking more opportunities or seeking knowledge into technology. Again, recall that we have 5 courses and you will take the career assessment, which sort of enables you to know what your strength lies and your weaknesses, and then you can choose which course you think is you sort of are familiar with or you love the most, and that helps you moving forward. But I will tell you, dedication is key. It doesn't just end with the Discover Her. It ends or it begins with you being dedicated all through your entire life. I would say this as I would say this for a fact because I am an example of that. You're always having to learn. Tech is always evolving. A few years ago, we weren't using AI as much. It became something that we needed to use. And for me now, I'm trying to see how I can, infuse my role, my current role with AI. And that's something I'm personally studying, right? So to your question, to answer your question, Favor, yes, it is for you, but it requires a full-blown, lifelong dedication. Anita says she's ready, and so I'll stop sharing while we see this from Alexander. All right. Anita, please go ahead.
Give me a minute to share my screen as you did.
Absolutely.
Hold on, please. For some reason, I don't think I have the opportunity to. Forgive me. Right.
I found Wentors. When I found Wentors, I just felt so welcomed and just so appreciated. Like they just really love the whole community and they're always there for us, especially just not just being in the data camp, but also with all the opportunities that they offer. The Ask Me Anything sessions with individuals who are already in their career. So you get to learn from them. You get to ask them questions, just kind of just see what it's like being in their shoes and how they got there. So, it's nobody got to where they are without any challenges simply. And so when you go through challenges, think about like what can you do to overcome that? So you can reach out to your community, your Wentors community, where they're also.
Okay. Sims Anita is not able to continue with that, but I will go ahead and share the second one by Anastasia. So the reason why we're doing this is, again, just to give you information on, again, who we are. We didn't start today. It's been a while, and I'm really excited that we're able to do this. This is one from Anastasia. Give me a moment while I play this all for you. Please let me know if you're able to see my screen. Okay. Okay, my apologies, ladies. All right, sharing it now. Okay, I think this is the wrong one. Okay. All right.
When it was around last year, November. But...
Is it audible? Is anyone there? Is it audible?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you.
No, it's not. At least not for me. It was before, though, when you first started.
Oh, okay. Let me start all over again. My apologies. Hmm. Were you able to hear anything at all? I'm seeing someone say they're not able to.
I was not. When you first started sharing, I heard something, and then after that, I didn't. Sometimes when you share sound or when you share your screen, there's like a little box you have to tick to say share sound. I don't know if maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't get that. Okay, so what I will do is I'm gonna try again to see if I can do this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think share sound, yes. Okay, so it should play now.
I actually joined when it was around last year, November, but for data camp, I think around the same time, I did start the same time because I remember the first goal we had was get a certificate in 2 months. Then I started looking for jobs and I realized, oh my God, I don't know a lot. I'm a data analyst who does not know a lot. So when I saw this learning opportunity for data camp, I was like, this is a time for me to certify my skills. It's a time for me to broaden my knowledge. In general, just apart from the data camp, being part of Wentworth has really shaped who I am today, how I present myself in offices. And because of data camp, I have certified skills. Whenever I talk with other colleagues, even if they're older, I know what I'm saying, I know what I'm doing, and I'm like, I belong here. I think just being part of the mentors community gave me the confidence to know that whatever the room I am in, I belong there. My voice matters. And yes, I do have the skills.
Great. Can anyone tell me how they feel about that? I'm just excited because she said something. She said, it gave me the voice. For the most part, and we have seen this over time, most women do not have the voice. Most women are not able to project their voice the right way. And that's what I love about the work that we do here at Wentas, is having you being able to project your voice, because you do have a voice. Teresa says, makes me feel inspired and confident. Absolutely. I joined Wentas as someone who really wasn't confident about who I am. And so over the years, I've gone through multiple trainings via Wentas. I have seen many women who have grown just from one cohort or multiple cohorts, and it has been great. Having that confidence in rooms is necessary, so I absolutely love that she was able to share that. I want to share with you one from Alexandra. I'm hoping that you're able to see my screen and also to hear what she has to say.
When I found Mentors, I just felt so welcomed and just so appreciated. Like, they just really love the whole community, and they're always there for us, especially just not just being in the data camp, but also with all the opportunities that they offer. The Ask Me Anything sessions with individuals who are already in their career. So you get to learn from them. You get to ask them questions, just kind of just see what it's like being in their shoes and how they got there. So, it's nobody got to where they are without any challenges, simply. And so when you go through challenges, think about like, what can you do to overcome that? So you can reach out to your community, your Mentors community, where they're also all here to support you. Mentors meets you where you're at. So take all the opportunities that are given to you, especially, just with all of the, the having a buddy throughout the program too. They don't just have AMAs with people in the industry, but also calls to work on your soft skills.
I'll be honest with you, Alexander had a lot more to say, but because of time, we just had to, reduce that so that we're able to take on, a lot more of today's presentation. And thank you, Alexander. I believe Alexander is the one who is always showing us a baby. Alexander, are you there? Do you have him? Do you have baby here?
He's here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, she does, as always. That's one thing I appreciate about, this community, is that we're always able to embody everyone, whether you have your baby here with you. And it's, one thing is, the DiscovHer program is for women who are stay-at-home moms. So if you're a stay-at-home mom, it's a great opportunity for you to key into. So those were some of the recorded testimonials we wanted to share with you. One from Alexandra and the other from Anastasia. And thank you so much, ladies. I know it took you a while, to have that done. Thank you for your time. Thank you just for being amazing. Now we're going to go into, Nima says, is there a calibration session before pairing us with a buddy on DiscovHer? When you say calibration session, I'm thinking you mean if we're able to pair you with your mentor before you begin. Is that what you mean? Or would you mind rephrasing that and I could go ahead and respond? And while you're doing that, we're going to go into the next phase, which is where we are at, which is the early bed offer. Now, this course comes with a fee for 6 weeks. If you are in Nigeria, if you're in Kenya, if you are in the US, if you're in Ghana, these are the different prices, right, that it comes at. In Nigeria, now please understand that there's an early bed offer that is ongoing. It should end soon. I believe it should end by next week or upper week. However, these are the different prices that it's going for. Again, if you're in Nigeria, if you're in Kenya, the US, Ghana, it comes at this discounted fee. Please understand that, for example, some of the courses that you're taking on comes at a huge cost, but we needed to negotiate with our partners to make sure that they're given quality for women in our field. We're not selling our programs, or we're not, how do I put it? We're trying to make sure that we give quality for women within the Wenters community. So it's essential that whenever we partner with different organizations for anything, they understand where we're coming from as a social enterprise. A lot of other things that you need to understand is we always ensure that we seek out mentors who would volunteer their time. So our mentors are not being paid for this. Our mentors are volunteering to ensure that every woman who starts in technology starts with the right resources and the right tools and information. And so that's why you would see that these programs come at this discounted cost. We had to, we always have to seek out ways to, discount our programs. And Nima said, yes, 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 that's what I meant. Like, will our buddy be assigned after a first meeting, or you just pair us based on our qualifications and jobs? Well, so when we're pairing you with the mentor, usually would pair you with we usually would pair you with a woman who is in your field. So if you're, for example, you're in data science, we would pair you with someone who is in data science. If we need if you are product design, we would pair you with someone who is in product design. Except you're requesting for something otherwise, then we have to discuss within ourselves, as well as with you, to identify what you want. And then based on our experience, we then, inform you on what's best for you, especially when we have gone over and sort of investigated where you are and where you need to be. Please understand that we're professionals in this. We've been doing this for so long, so we know how best to give you value for your money, right? Basaya says, I'm definitely amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. We cannot wait to have you register. We're off to giving you a great start, for your tech journey. Nima says, thank you. You're welcome, Nima. Alexandra says, amazing opportunity. Absolutely. We're always gunning for the best opportunities for women in technology. All right. I think that wraps it up for today, except we have more questions. If you have more questions, and this may revolve around, how to get started. If you want to get started, it's really easy. If you go to our website, you will find information on our website where you're able to enroll. From there on, you click on the enroll button under Discover Her, and that's where you will find, the button where you can buy now. When you're done with that, fill in your details, and then you can go ahead and pay. If you're outside Nigeria, you can pay using Stripe. I think West Africa, actually, you can pay using Stripe. If you are in the region where you can use Paystack, then this is another way that you can have that done. Favor says, when is the next session? Okay, so the next session for the Discover Her, it begins in September the 11th. That's when the first one will begin. So let us know if that's something you want us to follow up with you on, and I can have Anita pair up with you, and she can, help you with pretty much anything that you need, so you can go ahead and register. If you're asking for future sessions, we cannot tell. It may be first quarter of next year. Regardless, I would say you should start out with this one. It depends on where you are at the moment. But I believe that answers your question, Favor, and thank you so much for asking that. What other questions may you have? Time commitment. Again, it's 4 to 6 weeks. We have a detailed and structured program outlined for you. When you get to register, you would have all of that information shared with you. So you don't have to bother at all. Okay, so I want to give it a few more minutes just in case we have more questions. Any questions, ladies? Let me start calling them out.
No, but I would also say, Dora, I'm sorry to come in.
Yeah, go ahead.
know, okay, you know a lady in your community that this could benefit, please, please, please feel free to share this with them, especially the early bird discount. I know a lot of women in the US, in Kenya, where you're from, can benefit from this. So we could actually get you a flyer that, talks about this early bird discount, and please share it to women in your community. If you know that you know somebody that this opportunity of being mentored and having a certification alongside will benefit, please, please, please share with them. All right.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Anita. And one last information. We're going to be having an AMA session next week. And I think that's the question that answers the question that was asked by, was it Alexandra? I can't recall right now, but it was a question that was asked. Okay, so the AMA session is with a lady who has over 15 years in security. She works at Microsoft, and she's well informed. You will see the flyers going out pretty soon, so I would say register for that as well. We're going to be having a lot of value, programs that would be going out real soon. We want you to stay informed as a community. We also want to ensure that you are set for what technology is going to be offering or is offering, right? So please try as much as you can to follow us on social media so that you are able to register for that session and jump in and get as much questions asked to. Her name is Carolyn. So Carolyn will be doing justice to the topic she chose. And yeah, I hope to see you all there. But thank you so much for joining us today. I absolutely loved my time with you. Thank you, Alexandra, for always bringing your beautiful babies so we could see. It's such a pleasure. And to everyone who asked questions, I absolutely love that you were able to engage us today. And I hope we did justice to giving you information about DiscovHer. So, just so I don't keep anyone, it's a Friday, it's raining, it's a cold weather. I don't like it. I wish I could go out and have fun. Notwithstanding, it's okay. I'm gonna have a cold weekend. Notwithstanding, I love that anyway. Anyway, ladies, thank you so much for joining us today. I love to see you all again, and I can't wait to see you next week, Friday. It's by 12 p.m. West African time, the same time that we had this one scheduled. So I'm so excited to see you all next week, and do have a lovely, 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 lovely weekend. Bye, ladies. Bye, Janet. I'm going to call everyone. Bye, Janet. Bye, Grace. Bye, Joanne. Bye,
Bye,
Nima. Bye, Alexa.
Bye, Gloria.
Bye, Gloria. Bye, Sharon. Bye, Stephanie.
Bye,
Bye,
Joy.
Teresa.
Bye, Dora.
Thank you
Bye.
so much. Bye, Teresa. Bye, Vicky. Bye, Favor. Thank you so much for joining. Bye, Abisoye. Bye, Blessing. Bye-bye. Bye, Helen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Gloria,
Yeah, go ahead. Is that
Is
Gloria?
it possible to just use the next 5 minutes with you, Anita, to discuss the difference between DiscovHer and LaunchHer?
Of course. I will call you on Slack if that's okay with you.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Gloria. All right. Bye, ladies.
Bye.